Oh my gosh, it's still summer here. Is it summer where you are? 97 degrees, I know. I report it like I'm the weather person on TV, but it's been such a hot summer. So hey, welcome back to All Things Equilateral. Thanks so much for coming back. One of the things that I wanted to do this summer is finish the Lara Jean trilogy, and I did. You guys, whew. Summer to me is now equivalent to reading a Jenny Han trilogy. I read The Summer I Turned Pretty last summer with my daughter Kat, and this summer I finished the last of the 3 books. I'm gonna post them up here. I have no idea where these books are. I think they're up in Kat's room, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I finished it, and here are my thoughts. So what you're gonna have is a really quick, spoiler-free book review, and I'm gonna cover kind of all 3 of the books. So when we first met Lara Jean, she was, I think, a junior in high school, and we know that her mother died and her sister was leaving for university in Scotland. And so she was gonna have to step into the void that her sister left behind of kind of being the older sister to her younger sister Kitty, as well as stepping into the role of playing the woman of the household, I guess. And Lara Jean struggled a bit with that. She also struggled with these boys and these letters that she wrote, which this is such a cute plot device. I loved it so much. She wrote letters to her crushes, and those letters mysteriously got mailed out. And so the crushes are now contacting her, and she has these awkward contacts, and the whole thing, it was so well executed. I loved To All the Boys I Loved Before. Then the second book came out last summer, and I think it suffered from second book syndrome. What is that in my mind? Well, I know most of you know second book syndrome. They're never quite as good as the first book, and they seem to be kind of a long bridge to the third book, which ultimately concludes the character arcs and the plot. But to me, second books are just kind of a way to, I don't know, draw things out. And sometimes we fall into kind of lazy pitfalls there, I said it. And I think that, you know, in this particular reason, Jenny Han's a great writer. She's proven it over and over again. But she uses a plot device that I just found plain dumb. I'm sorry, Jenny. I just did. And the device involves a game. So yeah, they play this game and it just isn't believable. And yeah, it increases the stakes, but we never feel that, you know, push and pull that I like to feel in romances, the will they, won't they get together kind of thing. It seems artificially induced, if you will. So the third book came along, and I gotta tell you, I was just sort of like, ugh, okay, well, where is this gonna go? And you know, for most of the book, it was kind of a 3-star book. It started out all sorts of awkward, maybe because I've just experienced this with my own college freshman last year when my son was a senior. You know, which university will I get into? It almost at times reads like a primer on how to get into a competitive school, which is what Lara Jean is trying to do. She wants to get into the same school that Peter's going to for lacrosse, and she has her life figured out. And really the only thing going besides, you know, will Peter and Lara sleep together, which is not at all interesting to me, probably because, you know, I'm a mom and I'm old, whatever, is that Lara Jean is exploring what is the recipe for the best chocolate chip cookie. You guys, come on. Stakes have got to be higher than this. So I was reading this and it's really well written. I'm like, well, it's like a 2 3/4 to maybe a 3-star book. And then stuff happens with Lara Jean and her university. You know, which university will she get into? Will she find the perfect chocolate chip cookie recipe? Please. Something happens and it's actually a really nice twist, and the story then picks up and the stakes are much more natural, and you have Go-Go returning, her older sister, and there's something going on with her dad. I'm gonna keep it spoiler free. Everything is kind of up in the air for Lara Jean, and she has some huge decisions to make. Her life isn't going in the trajectory that she had planned out for her and Peter, and it's kind of all sorts of awesome. I rated it 4 stars. I brought it way up from like 2 3/4, maybe 2.5 in the beginning, to 3, to then 4 stars because of the ending and because of the characters. Props to you, Jenny Han. I don't know how you did it, but you managed to write your way out. And it was amazing and satisfying in the end. The book ended just as I hoped it would. Jenny Han is a master at writing characters that you will immediately understand and love, even though you have nothing in common with them, and you will root for them naturally. So yeah, 4 stars. Who knew? The series overall, I don't know. I don't like to give overall grades. I think I gave the first book a 4.5, the second book maybe a 3-star, and then back up to 4 stars. Yeah. So I'm thrilled to know that this is going to be a movie. I've been following Jenny Han on Instagram, and she's reported that filming, I think, has even wrapped. They kept this so super quiet. I'm very thrilled. I love the way the cast looks, and fingers crossed that it's going to be an awesome movie. So what books have you read this summer that you were surprised by? This was one I was surprised by. Let me know down below. Give me a like, won't you? Click subscribe to see more of my videos, including really quick, spoiler-free book reviews. Hit that bell, and you know what? When I upload these things, you'll be notified, because I don't really have a set schedule. I should, but I don't. And thanks so much for watching. It's been a wonderful year in BookTube for me, and I appreciate you coming back and checking out what I'm up to. Okay.